What this judge is doing to this innocent man for exercising his rights should outrage all of us. Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Thank you all for joining me for this live stream. It's a very important live stream. We are going to be discussing something extremely important to me, which is tyranny in our government. And it's local here to Suffolk County, where I was born and raised. Unfortunately, involves a sitting judge in Suffolk County, as well as the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, headed by Ray Tierney. So I just wanted to get into this really quick and bring awareness to it. Make sure you guys hit the like button and share this video. Stay tuned to the end. I'll be giving you guys updates on my lawsuits, including against Sergeant Brian Fahey, so you won't want to miss that. So James Fiegel, a friend of mine, he is a member of Americans for Legal Reform. I'll bring up their website in a minute. They're basically, they're court watchers. They watch the court, make sure they hold the court accountable. And this is what he did, and this is why he's being charged right now, because a judge wanted to charge him for harassment. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Supervising Judge Legurcio. I'm having a problem with Judge Hughes closing the court to the public while allowing his lawyer friends, even though he cites Catherine B. I emailed you about it, and I haven't heard anything back. Can I expect a response? The public and myself are waiting. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like you see, that was the first interaction that James had with Judge Legurcio. She is the supervising judge of the family court in Suffolk County, Central Islip to be exact. So then he turned off his recording, asked some questions. That's all he did, was ask some questions about some interactions he had with other judges that she supervises, to my knowledge, and, you know, exercise his First Amendment right. Again, this is Americans for Legal Reform. He's part of a group here in Suffolk County. I had the privilege of speaking to this group, and it's really important what they're doing. They are seeking legal reforms here in the judicial branch in Suffolk County. So it's good to see. Now, he turned off his cameras, and then he went and saw her again in the parking lot.
Off the bench, not allowing the public to speak. It's despicable, good folks. A shame. A shame. Why is that? Following Judge Hughes? To me, it's a disgrace, good people. Shame.
So as you can see clearly, he's on a public sidewalk the entire time. He's in the public, not in a restricted area whatsoever. He's asking the supervising judge, Judge Karen Legurcio, to look up, to actually answer his questions. And he's not getting any answers. And this is 100% free protected speech. So what does Judge Legurcio do? She writes a statement to have this man arrested. Did you see any harassment there? Did you see any crimes being committed? I saw First Amendment protected activity being engaged in. That's what I witnessed. But unfortunately, a judge who takes an oath to uphold our constitutional rights and is supposed to know better, you think a judge, shame on this judge for pressing these charges. Now look what she wrote. That's what happened, and look what she wrote. I don't know if you guys could see this, but I will read it just in case you can't. Karen Legurcio, that is the judge. At approximately 8:20 this morning, I parked my personal vehicle in the family court employee lot located at 400 Carlton Avenue in Central Islip, town of Islip, county of Suffolk, state of New York, and immediately saw a person known to me as James Fiegel. This is the individual, the activist from Americans for Legal Reform. James Fiegel, who is wearing an orange vest to properly identify himself and to stand out, and holding signs, recording, and exercising. It's all free speech, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that Judge Karen Legurcio should know, and the District Attorney of Suffolk County should know. I will just say off the wrap from the start that he is being represented by Jacob Uriel, one of the best attorneys, my personal attorney, Jacob Uriel, who is one of the best attorneys when it comes to constitutional law and criminal law. So he's got a good team behind him, that's for sure. But we need eyes on this. That's why we need to like and share this video. What this judge is doing is absurd. They think they can get away with it. If you're from Suffolk County, if you're from Long Island, you know that this is how they operate here, because they think that they are above the law and they can do whatever they want to silence their critics. So he was holding signs. In an attempt to avoid him, I went towards a rear door of the family court building, not the regular employee entrance that I usually use. Court officer Thomas Byrne came over to walk with me, and Mr. Fiegel immediately started to follow me. Follow you? I mean, it looks like he's just talking to you. I mean, following you, he's like 30 feet away from you the entire time. It's ridiculous. He's trying to paint a narrative of harassment here. Court officer Byrne and I were unable to open the door and had to wait to gain entry. Mr. Fiegel stayed in the rear area and continued to loudly address me in an attempt to get a response as he was recording the incident. He was referencing a previous incident in my courtroom and was accusing me of being sneaky. I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it, Judge Liguorcio, due to the fact that I left the bench after a ruling. After waiting a minute with no entry, we decided to walk away from Mr. Fiegel and back towards the main employee entrance because I was very uncomfortable with Mr. Fiegel's behavior. His First Amendment protected behavior, his constitutionally protected behavior, Judge, shame on you. You've been a judge for decades now. I mean, I know it's family court, but still, you should know the basics of our Constitution. We decided to walk away from Mr. Fiegel and walk back towards the main entrance because I was very uncomfortable. Mr. Fiegel's behavior. Mr. Fiegel continued to follow me as I was walking back and continued to loudly address me the entire time, exercise his free speech rights. His behavior made me feel harassed, annoyed, and alarmed. Well, that's right out of the statute for harassment. It's getting a phone call. Harassed, annoyed, and alarmed. Let me see here. Decline. Sorry about that. Loudly addressed me the entire time, made me feel harassed, annoyed, and alarmed. He has done this to me numerous times, and I want him arrested. Right here at the bottom, I want him arrested. That is what the judge put in her statement. I want him arrested. As you can see, this is a supporting deposition here. Suffolk County Family Court, signed by Karen Liguorcio. False statements made herein are punishable as a Class A misdemeanor pursuant to Section 210.45 of the New York State Penal Law. And this happened in November. Again, Jacob has been fighting this case diligently with motion practice, submitting a motion to dismiss on this case. It's really a travesty of justice what's happening in this case. They had to bring in a Nassau County judge, which is no better. If, in my opinion, they're worse than Nassau County judges, than Suffolk County judges. They brought in a Nassau County judge to hear this case, and the district attorney is fighting this case tooth and nail. They are making sure. So I want everybody to understand, a district attorney, a prosecutor, has an option. When Judge Liguorcio wrote this supporting deposition and wanted to have, as she said here, I want him arrested. The district attorney's office has an obligation to look at the case and see if it's violating somebody's constitutional rights, if they can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, and then they have an option to decline to prosecute, null pros. They can decline to prosecute, and no judge, no one can tell them to decline to prosecute or not. They decline to prosecute cases all the time for various reasons. This is the case against James Fiegel here for exercising his First Amendment right. We just watched the video. He did nothing wrong. He didn't harass a judge. He recorded a judge. And this is the kind of precedent that should scare and alarm each and every one of us. If judges are out here pressing charges for harassment, for engaging in First Amendment protected speech activities, holding signs, petitioning our government for redress, it is ridiculous. And we need to make sure that this is seen by as many people as possible, because what's happening to James Fiegel could happen to any one of us. And we could be facing up to 15 days in jail and I believe a $250 fine. 15 days in jail. Doesn't get a jury trial. He has to go sit before a Nassau County judge, which that judge, who knows where that. I was in the courtroom on the last court date, and he did not look like a nice judge or somebody's going to honor his oath either. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. Shame on the district attorney's office. I'm going to be contacting the district attorney as a concerned resident here. I'm a constituent of the district attorney. I was born and raised here in Suffolk County. And this is concerning that this prosecution sets a bad precedent for being able to prosecute people for harassment, for simply engaging in a constitutionally protected activity by asking the judge questions, showing the judge signs on public sidewalks and public property. Judge Liguorcio should not be able to get away with this. And shame on Ray Tierney, who is the elected district attorney, for prosecuting this crime, this non-crime, this violation, and that which violates the United States Constitution. Shame on him for that. And we need to make sure, let me pull up his Facebook page here so we know exactly who I'm talking about here. Hope you guys enjoyed your Easter. Happy Easter. It's good to see you guys again in this live stream. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. Oh, I love doing lives. It's great. Here it is. So this is the Suffolk County District Attorney's Facebook page here. As you can see, it says, "No one is above the law." Well, why is it then that Ray, listen to me, Mr. Tierney, Ray, DA Ray, whatever you wanted me to call you, DA Tierney, you are my public servants. I'm a constituent of Suffolk County. I'm sure there's other constituents of Suffolk County watching this and concerned Americans from across the country. Why are you prosecuting? Why are you prosecuting a man for exercising his First Amendment right? We watched the video evidence. We even saw, even if her statement was true, she doesn't allege anything in this entire statement that's criminal. It all sounds like First Amendment protected activities to me. Free speech, recording government officials in the course of their duty, holding signs, petitioning his government. That is free speech. And yet this district attorney, in order to please this family court judge, the supervising, family court judge, is maliciously prosecuting James Fiegel to the fullest extent of the law. Because why? Because to make the judge happy? This is ridiculous. He needs to decline to prosecute this case. The charges need to be dismissed. Jacob Uriel did file a motion to dismiss based on constitutional grounds and facial insufficiency grounds, because they're doing horrible jobs at writing these paperwork up, and the crime just doesn't fit what actually happened. You know, they're alleging that he followed her, that he didn't follow the judge. He had no idea the judge was going to be locked out of the second door. As you can see here, it says that they were locked out after waiting. Let me find it. After waiting a minute with no entry, we decided to walk away from Mr. Fiegel and back towards the main entrance. How did he know the door was going to be locked? Again, this whole narrative that the judge is trying to paint here is completely ridiculous and lawless and unconstitutional. And shame on the judge, first and foremost, for doing this, because she wrote right here, "He has done this to me many times, numerous times, and I want him arrested because I feel harassed, annoyed, and alarmed." Well, Judge Laguercio, do you feel harassed, annoyed, or alarmed at this video that I'm making, condemning you and exposing your tyranny? Are you going to have me arrested for harassment, for talking about you on a public platform? Are you going to have anyone in the comment sections of this video who says something that you don't like arrested for harassment? Are you going to abuse your judicial authority to prosecute an innocent man, a resident, a tax-paying resident, someone part of the Americans for Legal Reform? I want to bring up their website too. I did speak at one of their meetings here, and I want to just show you guys because they're doing great work. Let's see here. I guess I got to take this down and then share screen. Bear with me, guys. So this is the American for Legal Reform right here. They're doing great work. Again, I've spoken at one of their meetings, and they're doing great work over there. They believe in the Constitution. They believe in reforming our judicial branch. Johnny Blaze, what are we talking about? Just got here. A judge, you just got here. The Cliff Notes version, is that a judge is abusing their authority and has filed criminal charges, a violation of harassment against an individual by writing this supporting deposition against an activist for Americans for Legal Reform, James Fiegel, friend of mine. And this judge is having him prosecuted. And then the district attorney, Ray Tierney of Suffolk County, is totally down with it and maliciously prosecute. Jacob wrote an amazing, I've been following this case from the very beginning, and my attorney, and now James's attorney, Jacob Uriel, wrote a great motion to dismiss. And their response, the district attorney, the people, because that's what they're called, the people, which actually makes me want to vomit because they're not the people. This is not prosecuting this man for these videos that we just seen here. Again, take a quick look at them again. This is the
Good
judge.
morning, Supervising Judge Liguercio. I'm having a problem with Judge Hughes closing the court to the public while allowing his lawyer friends, even though he cites Catherine B. I emailed you about it, and I haven't heard anything back. Can I expect a response? The public and myself are waiting. Thank you.
Ooh, very harassing behavior there. And then this is
Off the bench, not allowing the public to speak. It's despicable, good folks. A shame. A shame. Why is that? Following Judge Hughes? What to me, it's a disgrace, good people. Shame.
To me, it is a disgrace, James. It is a disgrace what they're doing to you. That's what the disgrace is. It's an absolute disgrace. Now, I just want to bring up one more thing right here, because I didn't put Judge Liguercio's, that's not her in the thumbnail of this video, but this is Judge Karen Liguercio right here, family court judge. You can see here she ran for election since 2011. She has been a family court judge. She was a principal law clerk to the New York State Supreme Court Justice Emily Pines from 2001-2010. She received her undergraduate degree in 1989 and her law degree in 1992, both from the University of Florida. So by all accounts, she seems to be well educated and has decades of legal experience, albeit as a judge for a family court, but she did clerk for a New York State Supreme Court justice. Again, she should know the Constitution, ladies and gentlemen. This shouldn't be happening. Her filing this police report right here is an affront to our constitutional rights. And if we allow it to happen, this is my backyard. I was born and raised here in Suffolk County on Long Island, New York. And I know how these judges operate. I know how the district attorney operates. And what they're doing here, they didn't know that James Fiegel was going to have me in his corner exposing this for the world to see. And I need you guys in both of our corners by liking and sharing this video and letting me know your comments in the comment section below, so as many people can see it as possible, because I want James to get justice here. And I don't know if he's going to get one. Oh, I forgot to say the most important thing. I totally forgot. Not only did she press charges against him, ladies and gentlemen, she also got an order of protection, a stay-away order of protection. So now James Fiegel, who watches the courts, he regularly goes into these courtrooms and advocates and promotes transparency and accountability in these courtrooms. And now he can't even do his job. That's his job as an activist, as a member of the Americans for Legal Reform. That's his job, and he can't even do his job. He is barred from the courthouse. A stay-away order, meaning he can't go anywhere near her or her place of work, which her place of work happens to be a public courthouse. So he is barred from the courthouse from a stay-away order. We've seen this happen before against me in Nassau County, where they put, I believe, 8 stay-away order protections against law enforcement officers, public servants. It's incredible. We watched the videos. What did this man do that deserves a stay-away order protection that's going to keep him from accessing a public court proceedings? It's ridiculous. Let me see here. I want to look at some of the comments here, and then I'm getting out of here. I just wanted to make sure. So this judge knows what she's doing. Yeah, that's for sure. Karen Liguercio. Tommy V, good to see you. How you guys doing? Where are you guys watching from? Let me know where you guys watching from. And what do you think about Karen Liguercio? What do you think about this statement she wrote? What do you think about the stay-away order protection? How the district attorney here in Suffolk County is maliciously prosecuting this case? They could have easily declined to prosecute. They could have told the judge, listen, Judge Liguercio, we want to have your back and we want to enforce the law. As we said in our Facebook page, no one is above the law. But this man was engaged in a First Amendment protected activity. His constitutional rights matter. We both swore oaths to uphold those rights. And now you want me to maliciously prosecute him unlawfully for free speech. And, Jacob has seen a lot as a prosecutor, my attorney, and now James's attorney, Jacob Uriel. You all are familiar with him. He's a regular on this, on my platform, on this channel. And Jacob, we have private conversations, and all with the consent of James here. But we're talking about this case, and it's ridiculous what the prosecutor and the judge are doing. This needs to be stopped. This can't go on. What is this going to go to a trial? before another judge, and then he's going to spend 15 days in jail? For what? 15 days in jail for what? For exercising his rights, for asking judge questions? It's absolutely insane. There are incredible amount of government overreach and political prosecution now. Let's see here. You really think the DA would pass up a chance to gain favor with a judge? I would think that a DA would do the right thing, or I would hope, I should say, I would hope that the DA would do the right thing. Ray Tierney, he's an elected official. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to have to bring out my billboard truck and start exposing Judge Karen LaGuercio. I'm not scared of judges. Judges are public servants with a gavel and a nice fancy robe. They're public servants. I have respect for the judicial system as a whole, but I don't have respect for judges who want to violate people's constitutional rights. I have free speech. I'll say what I want. And I think the judge here is making a huge mistake. I think that she needs to be held accountable. I think this kind of behavior warrants being kicked off the bench. My personal opinion, it does. And I think the district attorney, Ray Tierney, needs to do a better job. Maybe he doesn't know about this case. I hope he does. You know, I'll leave public contact information in the description below if you guys want to reach out and exercise your First Amendment right peacefully to the district attorney and let him know your thoughts, especially if you're from Suffolk County. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is ridiculous what's going on. It really is. It really is. Way too many corrupt judges. Way too many. You're not scared of anyone. No, I'm not. Maybe, you know, at the end of the day, I just want, I want people to honor their oath to the Constitution. That's what I want. And this is not what this is. This statement that we see right here in front of you, this statement, the supporting deposition by Karen LaGuercio, the judge, pressing harassment charges on this man for no reason. That's not it. That's not what we need to do. This judge right here. Let's see, I'll remove this, add this. Judge Karen LaGuercio. And again, I don't know about her record on, you know, ruling generally, but I do know that she wrote that statement, and that's concerning. The most dropped part of the government is law enforcement and the justice system, the criminal injustice system. Run for office, Sean. Maybe. We'll see soon. I'm going to post a video where I said I was going to run for office, and one of the politicians laughed at me like, really? You laughed at me like it's not even possible? I mean, I think I can get it done. I would definitely be the best choice. I would represent the people, and I would make sure that the people's voices were heard, and I would always act in the best interest of the people. I would record my entire day on a body camera for the world to see. I don't care. I have nothing to hide. I guarantee you, what other politician will do that? Live stream their entire day? None. Especially here in Suffolk County. I hope I have some, you know, support here in Suffolk County. I have my own LED billboard truck, thanks to each and every one of you. You know, to laugh at me over running for office seems kind of absurd. But let me see here. Yeah, the stay-away order protection is insane. I am a nurse and I have more accountability and responsibility than public officials. I mean, I think honestly, no disrespect to anybody who works at McDonald's or Burger King or Walmart or any entry-level job, I should say, Target, whatever, any entry-level job, they have more accountability than a judge or a prosecutor or law enforcement. Speaking of law enforcement, for those of you who stayed for this 23 minutes, I appreciate it. We have 1,700 people in here right now. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys share and like this video. But here's some updates. Tomorrow, I will be getting deposed they will be, the Attorney General of Connecticut will be deposing me in the lawsuit of Reyes v. Sergeant Fahey and Trooper Lavoie, the state police officers in Connecticut. So I will be being deposed tomorrow in Connecticut. On Friday, Sergeant Brian Fahey of the Connecticut State Police, the get back to work guy who I told him to get back to work and he lost his mind. The infamous Sergeant Brian Fahey will be deposed this Friday. So that should be very interesting. They're trying to prevent me from uploading the deposition, put a protective order on the video deposition. If they do that, then I will just do a reenactment. If any of you are actors, or I will do a reenactment for you guys of the entire deposition, because I'm sure he's going to have some crazy. Got all your questions on the last video, so I appreciate that. Brian, the criminal thug. Yeah. All right, guys, listen, Karen LaGuarcio, if you happen to see this video, Judge LaGuarcio, shame on you. You as a judge and somebody who swore an oath to uphold the Constitution and our constitutional rights, shame on you for writing this supporting deposition and pressing charges on a man for asking you questions and exercising his First Amendment right, holding a sign, recording you. He couldn't be engaged in more First Amendment protected activity. Holding a sign, an orange vest, and protesting and recording his government officials. And again, Ray Tierney, right here. Before I go, I'll show you guys him again because it's important. He can decline to prosecute this case at any time. And if he declines to prosecute it, this guy right here, District Attorney Ray Tierney, he is my district attorney, my public servant. Hey, look, he seems to answer his Facebook. Hey, DA, I need help from you. Thank you for contacting. It's just a boilerplate thing. I thought he was actually answering people, but this is the guy, ladies and gentlemen. This is the guy that needs to understand that he cannot prosecute us for our constitutional rights, because then I'll just support whoever runs against him. I'm not an attorney, so I can't run, but I'll just support whoever runs against you, and I'll keep exposing you, and I'll put billboard trucks everywhere, at the state, at the county building, anywhere. I don't care. I'm sick and tired of these government officials, these public servants trying to violate our rights, that's for sure. And, it's about time this needs to stop. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys being here tonight. Thank you so much. Just wanted to do a quick live stream. It's 26 minutes. Long enough. I got all the information out there. You've seen the video. You've seen the supporting deposition, the police report. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Long Island Audit. Peace.